Welcome back to Colby, Sawyer. Everyone having a lot of fun here. Good crowd in the stands as we get ready to start set two. And Jeremy, your thoughts on set one?
Well, what an interesting set that was, with the Mariners jumping out to an early lead, couldn't quite hold it, and Gabriel Rodriguez, as we mentioned, throughout the set really came to play in that one, with leading all scorers with 9 kills and 10.5 points in the first set. So we'll see if she can keep that up, and we'll see what kind of adjustments the Mariners made, although I don't know if they need to make too many adjustments. They hung with this Chargers team up until the end.
You know, how important is it for Maine Maritime to get a good start here, get the momentum back on their side as we get the game, set two?
Yeah, you need to get a good start to put this Colby Sawyer Chargers team on their heels. But as we saw in the first set, even when they do get on their heels, they know they can come back. They have the confidence to do it. So this Mariners team has got to get up early, and they can't let up. Even if they do get out to another 6, 7, 8-0 lead, they cannot have any let up in this second set if they want to even things up.
He's Jeremy Stout. I'm Mike Galtieri. So happy to have you tuning in here to Northeast Sports Network coverage of the North Atlantic Conference Volleyball Championship. Colby Sawyer, Maine Maritime, getting ready for set two. And a strong point early on by Tess Clark, the freshman, Rookie of the Year in the North Atlantic Conference. 1-0 Maine Maritime.
And Tess Clark led the Mariners in the last set with 4 points, and it's important for them, as we talked about, to get on the board early.
Alex McClure to serve for the Mariners. Good start there, Jessica Menges. Now 2-0. This seems familiar.
Yes, it's deja vu. Here we go with a 2-0 lead in the early going of set two.
McClure to serve. Good job getting it over. Here goes Maine Maritime Academy. And too many hits on their side. 3-0 Mariners.
And once again, another nice volley. We've seen a lot of nice volleys in the early going so far today, and that's why both these teams are in a championship game.
That's long. Colby Sawyer stops the momentum, gets the serve back on their side. Of course, last night, semifinal action, Colby Sawyer defeated Linden 3-0. Maine Maritime down Castleton 3-1. So both these teams are used to winning. Maine Maritime's the 9th straight year they're in the title game. Give a point to the Mariners. 4-1 now.
And this Colby Sawyer team does not lose too often. Obviously undefeated in the conference, 6-0. But they don't lose many sets. As we mentioned, the last time they lost was one set was to Maine Maritime back on the 17th of October. So they really steamrolled through the second half of their schedule, and so far in these playoffs.
4-2, and a timeout for Maine Maritime Academy. Head Coach Watson seen enough. We'll take a break here, early on here in set two. Back here on Colby Sawyer campus through London, New Hampshire. Jeremy Clark, I'm Mike Galtieri. Set two, 4-2, Maine Maritime up. Colby Sawyer with the serve. And Allie LaHaye to serve for the Chargers. Point for Colby Sawyer. That was out of bounds. 4-3. Hiff is a sophomore from Haverhill, Mass. Nursing major. Hard hit. Tess Clark. Wow, I really like her play in freshman.
There's the aggressive play that the Mariners have been looking for, extending their lead to couple points and taking the service over.
Point for Colby Sawyer.
I think a little miscommunication there between Clark and McClure. Kind of fell in between both of them. Nobody wanted to go for it.
Rattay comes in, replacing Smolinski for Colby Sawyer. Big time hit by the Mariners. Colby Sawyer couldn't handle it. Now it's 6-4. And Gillian O'Neill, the conference player of the year to serve for the Mariners. Point for the Chargers now, 6-5. Jeremy, your thoughts here in set 2 as we're 11 points in. Seems pretty tight.
Yeah, it's a good back and forth. Once again, the Mariners taking the early lead, but they need to keep the pressure on here. They can't let the Chargers get any more confident than they already are.
Off the Raptors. Of course, the Raptors are in play. Big time hit. Kelsey Sullivan, the senior, found open space on the near side to tie this set up at 6-6.
Melissa Spalding kind of caught in no man's land. She couldn't quite go up for the block, but she'd already committed, so she couldn't go back on it and just dumped over her head.
You really see the height by Courtney Murray right there, the freshman from Quincy, Mass. Just stuck her hand up, tapped that one down. Here's Kelsey McCulley. That's out of bounds. Point for Maine Maritime. Menges to serve for the Mariners. Inbounds, what a shot. Courtney Murray.
Beautiful cross court spike on that one, and nobody home to pick it up for the Mariners.
So Lexi Strong, she comes in over 1,000 digs. Point there, Colby Sawyer. Strong wearing the pink shirt, Librero, from New Hampshire, studying in business administration. And that's inbounds on the backside. 10-7 Chargers.
Beautifully placed serve. You saw two Mariners looking at it, hoping that it would go out of bounds because they really had no chance at that one. Unfortunately for the Mariners, they guessed wrong.
Hey, Maritime had trouble getting that one over. But into the net. Point goes to the Mariners. Layhip couldn't get it over. That's out of bounds. Too long. 10-9.
We'll see what the Mariners can do in this position. Last set, they trailed right towards the end and couldn't hold off the Chargers.
That one, though, finds space inbounds. 11-9 Chargers. And coming in is Laura Smolinski, going to replace Rattay, Gabrielle Rattay. How about this, Jeremy? Gabrielle Rattay comes from Hawaii. And Spalding, or Alyssa Spalding from Maine Maritime, comes from Alaska.
A couple long journeys.
Northern New England. And that's out of bounds. Point for Colby Sawyer. 12-9. Of course, we played at 25. You need to win by 2. We're in set 2. Maine Maritime is up 1-0. Excuse me, Colby Sawyer up 1-0. That's a point for the Mariners. 12-10.
The Mariners serving here can really use some points. They don't want to let this Colby Sawyer Charger team expand that lead too much. They need to keep this one close.
12-11. Nice hit. Colby Sawyer goes up 13-11.
And in the middle of that volley, good effort by Laura Smolinski of the Chargers with a nice diving dig to keep the ball alive and ending up getting the point.
Spalding sets it up for Clark. Good recovery by Colby Sawyer. Into the net. Point for the Chargers.
Rodriguez and Lehef there on the other side for the Chargers. Protect it if it didn't indeed get over the net, but it was blocked right into the net.
Beautiful fake by Tess Clark. She went up and she's going to hit it hard and lays it over the net from the open far side space and makes it 14-12.
Good answer there for the Mariners as they cut the deficit to 2.
Right back come the Chargers, 15-12. Coming in is Courtney Murray. She's going to replace Lexi Strong. Timeout on the floor on Maine Maritime Academy. 15-12, set 2, Chargers on top, and up overall 1-0 here from Colby Sawyer. We'll take a break. You're watching the Northeast Sports Network. Back here, New London, New Hampshire, the campus Colby Sawyer. Jeremy Clark, I'm Mike Galtieri. Chargers from Colby Sawyer up 15-12. Jeremy, I think we're reaching kind of a critical stage of the set where we can either go one way. The Chargers cruise ahead, or Maine Maritime gets back into it.
Yeah, that's true. With the Chargers now serving and a 3-point lead, they can go on a run here and extend this thing and maybe put the Mariners away. But the Mariners have been able to answer. Every time it looks like the Chargers win the service and get a point, just like that, they answer one right there.
Great job by Tess Clark. And she'll serve now, trailing by 2, 15-13. Beautiful shot. How about that one?
Beautiful cross court, just in front of Menges. Not able to dig that one.
Gabrielle Rodriguez with that shot. Now she's serving. Comes all the way from California. She probably was in for a little bit temperature change when she came to Northern New Hampshire. Point for the Mariners. 16-14, and that limits Rodriguez's serve just to 1.
If you're Coach Carver Watson, you got to be happy with the way your squad's responding here, keeping it close, answering the Chargers' points, and hopefully you can get on a run.
But just like that, right into the net. As Gillian O'Neill, the player of the year in the North Atlantic Conference, can't get that serve over. So here's McCulley. Hard shot into the net by Tess Clark, the southpaw. Can't get over though, 18-14. Nice save by Strong. Unable to get it on the court is Sullivan. Point for Maine Maritime.
Good effort there and good concentration by the Mariners. Had a nice set. Beautiful spike to get one back.
18-15. Right back at it. Strong couldn't come up with it. Got to give credit to Alex McClure, the freshman from North Carolina. And now only down by 2. He's Maine Maritime with the serve. That one's short. 1-point game here in set 2.
A little bit of an unforced error there by the Chargers. And this Mariner team is not going quietly. They run off 3 straight points to get it to 1-point deficit.
Right in the middle, finding open space. Your head coach, Tricia Carver-Watson, can't be happy with that one. That fell right in the hole.
No, there was
middle of the space.
Nobody around there, just a miscommunication or something, and not able to capitalize and keep the run going.
19-17, Strong to serve. That one's long. Point for the Mariners.
Good patience there by the Mariners, just trying to make sure they get the ball over the net, not trying to kill it, hit it too hard. They've had a couple bad serves where they've hit it into the net. They got to focus here and keep the ball going.
Marquette serves for Maine. Fans for Maine Maritime wanted a 2-hand hit. Did not get the call. The rally continues. Nice fake out by Clark. But Colby Sawyer recovers. Strong. Wow, a beautiful save. And that one just falls in. Clark could not believe it. What a rallying point there for Colby Sawyer.
Great effort by both squads. They just confused me there right in front of us. Clark saw it, and it was almost slow motion. She did a double take, I think, and realized that she should have hit that.
So, Smolinski will come in for Rattay. Colby Sawyer's side, 20-18, up by 2 with the serve. Smolinski does serve. That is long. 21-18 now. We're 4 points away. Is Colby Sawyer from going up 2-0.
Big advantage here for Colby Sawyer.
But just like that, right into the net. Gives the point back.
And that's something that not only hurts you on the scoreboard, but in the momentum department, where now the Mariners will get to serve McClure to try and cut this thing to 1.
And that serve is long. So we'll call it a push.
After a beautiful volley, both teams had really looked like they had found a rhythm. Now they've both given points right back.
Sullivan. Nice serve. O'Neal. Hard hit. Colby Sawyer recovers. And that is off of Maine Maritime. Point to Colby Sawyer. The Chargers now 2 points away from going up 2-0.
Nothing you can do there if you're Marcotte. You don't know where the end line is. You're trying to play the back line. Just had to go for it.
Kelsey Sullivan once again to serve. And that is long. About a foot over the line. The Maine Maritime gets the point, down by 3. Spalding to serve. Strong gets it over. Ball through, a beautiful play there. by Tess Clark, and she's fired up.
And if you're the Mariners in this point, you have to make sure you get the ball over the net. You don't need to go for a big spike. You got to put the ball in play and force Colby Sawyer to make a play on something.
How about the play by Clark? Instincts. That's out of bounds. Did not hit Colby Sawyer's side, so it's 24-21. The fans from Colby Sawyer on their feet. They can feel this one. Tess Clark. Hard hit. The return was out of bounds. She knew it.
Walked it right out of bounds. Clark right on the end line, or the sideline, excuse me, and she could tell that was a point for the Mariners. Now she's serving and hoping to keep it going.
The Conference Rookie of the Year coming up big for Maine Maritime. And that throw hits the ground. A great play by Kelsey McCulley. 25-22, the Chargers go up 2-0 here on the Northeast Sports Network, the North Atlantic Conference Volleyball Championship. We'll be back with set 3.